Players going through the coin toss ahead of game 2. We're just about to put a wrap on the gap, presented by Guaranteed Rate. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you. And Courtney, quite possibly the best game of the weekend with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. It's straight ahead. Team Oldmiller against Team Arsenal. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to the offensive prowess that each of these teams have. They can score and they can do it quickly. However, we do have 2 great sets of goalkeepers who are going to make that very difficult for Team Oldmiller as well as Team Arsenal.
As the players all gather around for some final instructions, Team Arsenal, exquisite in its offensive performance yesterday. We say thanks for watching The Gap. Coming up right now, our second game of the day, right here on Fox Sports 2.
Impossible? Ha! Watch me. That word is not in my vocabulary. Welcome to my mentality, where I will show you freedom, recognition, for every athlete, every woman, for my team, for me. Say my name because I am the best at what I do. The All-American, the Olympian. My craft is my free expression, where I compete to win. I stand for racial equality, gender equality, income equality, as a guaranteed, tangible reality. Welcome to where I play, where I am free.
At Maureen Hendricks Field, you can never be too sure who is watching Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. They've seen Kylie Oldmiller at her playmaking best, taking her team to a purple patch. Standing in their way is Taylor Cummings, part of an orange-clad scoring machine whose winning ways just roll off the tongue on FS2. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. In this Sunday doubleheader, Part 2 places a high-scoring premium on 2 captains up for the challenge. Team Kylie Oldmiller goes punch for punch with a Dempsey Arsenal group. Just a quick reminder on how this league gets the job done. 57 terrific players placed on 4 ever-changing team rosters. Every play, every quarter matters on the overall leaderboard. In the race to name just one champion over 5 weeks, these athletes, they have no fear of speaking up in Athletes Unlimited, and we can hear them clearly. Last night, Caroline Wakefield spoke the truth.
I'm just gonna say nothing's as cool as freaking winning. You guys are like, oh, let's have fun, let's have fun. I literally can't have fun if I'm not winning.
That is, any of us can.
I'm sorry.
They go together.
I know, they come hand in hand.
I don't think anyone's like, I freaking love losing.
I love losing.
Yeah, I have the most fun.
No, you want to have nothing to do with losing, Caroline Wakefield. A very pleasant welcome to you, along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion of Maryland. I'm Joe Beninati. You know, Court, we think about it as your humble servants that we described the game today. What in your mind is going to likely be the deciding factor?
You know, I think the play in the middle of the field is oh so important. Both teams have a great set of midfielders, but this game is going to be fast, and it's who's going to be surviving the best out on the field.
The days and weeks and games, they go by in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. More and more we see players commanding, demanding the spotlight. Kylie Oldmiller definitely falls in that category.
Kylie Oldmiller, she's not just a great leader on the field, but this is her 2nd time as a captain. She does such a great job of riding, working hard. It's that grittiness on the field. We see right here, eyes are up by Amanda Johansson, her teammate, as Kylie was cutting off of creating that caused turnover. So she generates offense even when she's playing defense. And then Sam Apuzzo, the 2 of them work so well together. Sam obviously feeding Kylie on the inside. They have such a connection where they don't even need to say any spoken words.
Kylie is going to need to bring the heavy ammo today in this encounter, because if you've been watching carefully, Dempsey Arsenal's team has an amazing amount of firepower. I mean, they are extremely impressive, and that extraordinary offense is fueled by Taylor Cummings.
Their offense works so well together. It's shocking that this team was just formed last Monday, but as the ball is brought in transition, we see Taylor Cummings in the back of the field. Obviously, there's a lot of options in front of Kenzie Kent, but she sees Taylor Cummings streaking in. She can run for days, and she's always putting herself in a position to score.
Taylor's individual stat points, they come usually on the business end of quick shots like that. We know that those stat points are exceptional, but Court, we find in this league, it revolves around winning quarters and games. Taylor wants to be on a winner because the more she is, the higher she rockets up the leaderboard. Here's how the players will earn their points, both individually and collectively as teammates.
You know, Taylor's done such a good job in the statistical category, but that's actually the lowest possible area where player earn points. It's 20 points per quarter, 45 per game win, and then MVPs, which Taylor has gotten in a position to give herself 45, 30, or 15 several times in each of her games because she is a factor on the field.
So the colors of these teams, orange and purple, and you'll see those jerseys dotting the overall leaderboard, the Geico leaderboard, led by two players who wear gold despite falling in the initial game. Britt Reed's team, you see Britt in 6th on the Geico leaderboard. They just won a fantastic finish, 11-10 earlier today. We love going into the game with the players. The goaltenders have been so good with us. Haley Hicklin among them. Haley, this is Athlete Causes Day. We know that you want to help young girls dream big.
Here we go.
With respect to your athlete cause, who are you playing for?
I'm playing for the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation.
And why was that so important for you?
Oh, there are many reasons why it's so important to me. The Friends of Jacqueline Foundation is truly doing amazing work to match children with cancer. You know, as Dennis Murphy says, battling the beast, match them with teams that, you know, really take them in, make them feel a part of the family, and we all know how powerful it is to be a part of the team. So it's all about improving the lives of children that are battling these diseases, and so, you know, I'm really passionate about it. I adopted Jada Turner at Florida, and she's absolutely incredible. I'm really proud of her. She just started 6th grade, so, you know, I'm really passionate about Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, and I'm so happy that AU has given me the opportunity to play for them this season.
Haley, thank you very much. We're digging that goalie helmet. That's looking great. Britt Brown on the other sideline. Britt, if you have a moment, I know you're talking there with the injured Hallie Majorana. What is likely to keep the offense humming along for your team? So good yesterday. What's likely to keep it fueled today?
It's all about trust. We trust each other out there on the field, and that's what keeps our offense moving. People trust people to catch the ball. People trust people to finish. And we've been doing that all weekend, and we're going to do it again today.
Britt, thank you. We hope you get in the game today and do well. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's go.
Team Arsenal 2-0. Team Oldmiller 1-1. Officials Patty Kletcher-Porter, Kathy Russo, Jan McGrath, and Marge Kondracki. To the draw circle where Taylor Cummings and Sam Apuzzo have both been a force in the first 3 weeks. This ball still down on the deck and about to come up for Amanda Johansson, who's fighting for it all the way. Possession still being fought for and now controlled by Team Arsenal. Cummings knifing to the net, fires, that's deflected. It's an easy handle for Hicklin, although it bounces out of her cross, out of bounds, down goes Kenzie Kent. The ball given to Team Oldmiller.
Joe, we talked about possession and how important it will be. We saw that draw battle carried out for quite a while. Every single one of those draw takers generally using a draw stick, except for Taylor Cummings. She's all about just her quickness, her technique, not necessarily allowing any particular stick.
Oldmiller fires. There's a save for a kneeling Kaylee Waters. You heard us discuss the game with Britt Brown. That's Kaylee's understudy. Waters among the top 10 on the overall Athletes Unlimited leaderboard, finding an open Dempsey Arsenal. Arsenal starting the game 3rd best on that table. There's only one champion, Courtney, of the 57 players assembled here about 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. Sammy Jo Tracy hat tricks in 3 of her last 4. She lost the ball there. Ball down. Turnovers are expensive. No turnover, though, because Kenzie Kent bailed her out. Shot clock's at 20. Look inside. Hedge scores! Taylor Hench getting a starting nod with Hallie Majorana out, and she converts.
Taylor Hench filling in seamlessly. She also played at Maryland. This offensive group that we see, each and every one of those players have played at an ACC school. The style is very similar. Attack the goal hard. Dempsey Arsenault with the first move. Kelly McPartland feeding one of her previous teammates right inside. Again, their eyes are always up. That's most important as they're moving their feet, as they're looking to dodge. They're seeing for any particular players, their teammates who may be in a better position. As soon as she catches, she's getting rid of this before that defensive player is able to make contact.
2 times a national champion during her days in College Park, Maryland, about, I'd say 35, 40 minutes away from where we are. The cheerleading starts in earnest on the Arsenault bench. The highest scoring team in Athletes Unlimited this weekend has dented the twine first, less than 2 minutes into the game. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you. Under a blazing hot sun, temperatures right around 90 degrees. There is a slight breeze. We do have fans in attendance today, thrilled to be joined by the customers, as well as friends and family and special guests. You're interested in getting tickets to see us next weekend, auprosports.com. You'll find select dates with tickets available. This is week 3 of 5, game 18 of 30. Taylor Cummings driving in. Her pass gets away from Kenzie Kent. Kenzie has been downright lethal in the last 3 games. 10 assists. For every assist, you get 4 points individually. Working in against Sarah Brown. Shot clock at 15. Arsenault off the split dodge, lets it go. Stopped there by Haley Hicklin. 6 points for every goalie save. Hicklin has 2 already.
That's a great save by Team Old Millers, Haley Hicklin. And Hicklin will turn herself.
That pass for Brown is too low. It's a turnover. Cummings gets the ground ball. Arsenault runs in transition. Kent has a 2-on-1 developing. Hench, point blank. She scores.
In transition, they move fast. They're attacking the goal cage with speed, always looking to move the ball ahead of the field, want to create that advantage offensively, and Taylor Hench on the board twice.
Taylor Hench, run to the cage, good things will happen, especially when Kenzie Kent's there to find you, and the bench loves it. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. We've been looking forward to this game all week. It's the Athlete Causes Initiative game, supporting the development of these athletes, these great Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse players as civic leaders court, and we see them during the week of practice wearing the gear that is emblematic of their causes.
Obviously, all of these players choosing a cause that's so near and dear to their heart, whether it's a loved one or a friend. You know, this is one of the reasons that they said they fell in love with the league. The fact that they are able to celebrate something bigger than them. As we look at Haley Hicklin right here wearing the FOJ, the Friends of Jacqueline helmet. She had other teammates who were also supporting that same cause, the Friends of Jacqueline. Previous game, Katie Glynn in goal.
Off this draw control for Amanda Johansson, the former facilitator, now midfielder in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. The Causes program really gives the athletes a platform to elevate their voices, and we couldn't be more happy to help dovetail with them, and you'll be hearing us speak a lot about it throughout this contest today. For many of the players, it's a primary reason why they joined the league. Tumalo turns the corner. There's the question mark. She sent it wide. Perfect example of the question mark dodge from Sam Apuzzo, who usually converts those. On the split, Warden gets into the seam, bumped away by Dempsey Arsenal. 18 seconds on the shot clock. You hear Kaylee Waters barking instructions from the goal. Johansson off the pump fake hitch. Fire, score! Amanda Johansson.
Amanda Johansson wearing number 7 in purple for Team Ohlmiller. This is her first weekend after being previously a facilitator on the field. She was able to step out. Her injury is healed. She's another one of those U.S. team products, part of the player pool. She uses her height so much to her advantage as she comes off of this pick that Kylie Ohlmiller set for her, getting her hands up and away. She has a nice little hitch fake right there. Defensive players are nervous to step in front when she gets a head full of steam. Such power from her 6-foot frame.
Amanda Johansson scores. Haley Hicklin celebrates. It's 2-1. Johansson yesterday, Courtney, she had a hat trick of caused turnovers. That's as good as scoring 3 goals. You get 12 points for every turnover you cause. Back to the draw circle. Taylor Cummings lost this one to Apuzzo, and then Cummings swatted Apuzzo up high around the head. Taylor will exit stage left. This is going to be a player up for Team Ohlmiller. Yellow card on Cummings for a minute.
As you look at this, Sam Apuzzo winning that first draw control for Team Ohlmiller, but coming away with it. Taylor Cummings is relentless in the ride, obviously caught a little bit of her head, which is why a yellow card was issued.
6-on-5, Nicole Levy outside the 8-meter key. You score from behind that arc, you'll get 2 points. Apuzzo operating behind the cage. Ohlmiller thought about it. Kylie Ohlmiller fires. That's off the top of her cross as she was guarded there by Katie Hirsch. Hirsch and Becca Block and Molly Little doing the heavy lifting defensively for Team Arsenal, with Meg Dowdy ailing and out of play. Johansson from the top fires. That rings the post. A new 60-second shot clock after that one hits heavy metal. Ohlmiller floated. Johansson again. Score! Just keep trying, Amanda, until it goes.
Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was nowhere near that 2-point line.
Amanda Johansson, whose play shines mainly with her range, her ability to gain ground. A little crow hop gonna get her a 2-point tally.
As soon as she caught that ball, she had time, room, and space. A little crow hop before shooting the ball, gaining some torque. As a defensive player, we see Dempsey Arsenal there coming in slowly. That's what gave her the lane to goal. Again, they're a player up. More opportunity to have space in front of you.
And Courtney, as we have gone from week to week, now into our 3rd weekend, game 18, we have seen, and the stats show, the players have more of a willingness now to take those 2-pointers. Johansson converts, gives her team the advantage in the process. Apuzzo gets the ball right back.
They're more likely to take that 2-point shot when they know that it's safe, because initially I think they were a little bit gun shy. If you take a shot and hit a defensive player above the knee, that's an immediate red card.
Levy firing here, that goes high. 20 points are on the line for every player on the roster that wins a quarter. 45 when you win the game. Quick stick score. Taryn Vanthoff off a nice feed from Ohlmiller. It's 4 unanswered points for the team in purple.
Kylie Ohlmiller, not only is she able to score goals, but her ability to see the field when she is behind that goal line is uncanny. We see her right here picking apart the defense. Her eyes are up. Taryn O'Miller coming off of that little pick play at the top of the 8-meter. That little almost no-look pass. You weren't sure where she was feeding that ball into. Taryn Van Toff wearing number 81 in purple. That nice, quick little catch and finish, no cradle needed. She was getting rid of it oh so quickly. Excellent placement. When you're tall and your stick is high, snapping it low makes it more difficult for the goalkeeper to save.
From the goal cam, you see how things happen quickly. Waters pirouettes trying to make that stop. Didn't get there in time. Van Toff, Taryn that is, the only player to win her first 7 games. Taryn Van Toff, who played at Loyola, set draw control records while she was there, 3 times All-American. And Courtney, Taryn recently got engaged to Travis.
She did, and that's an icing on a cake to any weekend. When you are able to share these memories with your friends and family, obviously they were all around and involved for this. Taryn has a love of lacrosse with her fiance. They both met after college, were able to connect, having a love for lacrosse between the two of them.
Sister Taylor helped set the whole thing up at Fells Point in Baltimore. Surprise, surprise. And Taryn is engaged and playing well in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. 4 points on the board for the team in purple in just under 2 minutes, with a little less than 3 to go in the opening quarter. As far as the players are on the field right now and where they line up on the overall leaderboard, Dempsey Arsenault began the day number 1. She's at number 3 right now. Folks, we want to tell you to get even closer to the game. Join the Unlimited Club for free. Download the Athletes Unlimited app today. You'll receive all the latest news and updates in the palm of your hand. Stream digital games, unlock special access, and more. If you're looking for more than that, upgrade your membership. It'll be a whole year behind-the-scenes access to Athletes Unlimited. You'll help vote for MVPs and end-of-season awards. Visit auprosports.com. That's auprosports.com. You'll learn more about the Unlimited Club, and you'll be able to make your Geico Unlimited pick. Dempsey Arsenault, a round of applause as the fans here at Hendricks Field of the Maryland Soccerplex being clued in to the fact that today is an athlete cause game. All the athletes on the field playing for a cause. The Give Lively Foundation, so instrumental in helping to make a grant equal to 50% of the athletes' end-of-season bonus to those nonprofit organizations. That's an extraordinary generosity from the good people of the Give Lively Foundation.
Joe, the last few draw controls have been won by Team O'Miller. Not a surprise that they were able to convert offensively after the very first draw controls were won by Team Arsenault. When you have the ball, more likely to finish on the offensive end of the field. It's about maintaining possession, making sure you find the sure thing.
Levy was fouled there by McPartland. This is a free position shot. Team O'Miller has won the last 4 draws. Levy likes to shoot for 2. Will she take it on the free position? She will. Score! Another 2-point tally. Rack it up.
Love her celebration. Right after she scored, she did a little follow through just like she's on the basketball court. We saw when we had a delay last week that she's quite the basketball player as well. Great hand skills. Obviously that follows through with any sport, but we saw her winding up. She was outside of that 2-point line. She's such a prolific scorer. She just took a small step, still away from that 2-point line, getting yet another 2-pointer on the board for Team O'Miller.
Her shooting range, just one reason why she moved up some 15 spots in the draft from week 2 to week 3. We'll have a draft tomorrow night for you. There's the 2 and the follow through. 7 p.m. You can see it on Facebook Live tomorrow. We'll have 4 captains drafting 4 new teams, getting you set for weekend number 4 in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Team Arsenault, which scored a season-best 16 points yesterday, is trailing by 4 in the early going. 6 points for O'Miller's group in just over 2 minutes. Arsenault right back. On the feed to Hench. Stopped there by Hicklin. Rebound in the goalie cross. Taryn Vanthoff, long strides back to the offensive end. 1:40 to go in this opening quarter. Ohlmiller has had the hot hand. Should her team prevail in this opening frame, 20 points for everybody in purple. First time we've called McCone's name today. The worker bee on this team. Lindsay McCone, great feed. Ohlmiller off the sneak, she scores! The points come raining down.
Lindsay McCone, all eyes were on her as she was looking to dodge from the top. She can be a freight train when she takes a one-on-one. But again, as all eyes are looking at her, defensively they lost sight of Kylie Ohlmiller around the goal cage. She can be so deadly when cutting. As soon as she sees her defender take a look, she's off to the races.
Courtney, in that case, does Becca have to follow her around, or do you trade her off verbally to another player?
Well, both players, as we see right here, were caught on the wrong side. Both of them had eyes on Lindsay McCone, so it wasn't just one player looking, but both of them miscue. They should have had the eyes on girl. You teach every single young player to have an eye on the ball as well as an eye on their player. You want to change your angles defensively.
Kylie Ohlmiller taking advantage of that. 7 unanswered points for Team Ohlmiller. Out of the gate, remember, it was those back-to-back goals from Taylor Hench, who's filling in for the ailing Hallie Majorana. Since then, all Ohlmiller.
Assisting on that last goal by
Looking for a draw control possession. It comes up for Levy with 1:13 to go in the quarter, 50 seconds on the shot clock. The pass to the interior, that's deflected. They continue to work for the scoop. Ground ball coming. She'll send it to Kaylee Waters. And Team Arsenal can have the final possession of this opening quarter if they choose. They have taken an uppercut in this opening frame. But with their firepower, of course, the ability to bounce back. 20 points just about assuredly on the count for Ohlmiller. That should be going to their coffers soon enough. Cummings, bumped there by Taryn Vanthoff. Cummings looking for help, floats it to space, nobody there. McPartland, 20 seconds in the quarter, 15 on the shot clock. McPartland has always had great speed, rumbling through defenders. Outside the 8-meter key, backdoor cut, Arsenal! Stop there, that one rings around. No goal from point-blank range for Dempsey. It's been that kind of opening quarter as it comes to its end. The team in orange that looked so good yesterday, getting run over in the first 8 minutes. Team Kylie Ohlmiller very effective with sharp net minding from Haley Hicklin. The Ohlmiller group has found a way to beat Kaylee Waters. It is 7-2 after 1, tearing it up. Decided in that opening quarter and in favor of Team Kylie Ohlmiller. 7 unanswered points, a 7-2 lead after 8 minutes. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor with you, just about top of the hour time. Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex in front of friends and family and special guests and patrons. You can get your tickets for next weekend's available game at auprosports.com. Kylie Ohlmiller adjusting her goggles, getting set for the start of the second. Kylie, on this Athlete Causes Day, is playing for the Headstrong Foundation. Let's listen in.
I'm Kylie Ohlmiller, and I'm playing for the Headstrong Foundation. I chose Headstrong to play for because it's close to my heart. It's a foundation close to my heart. They have always been super supportive in everything that I've done as an athlete, which I think is incredible to say about a foundation that's doing so much for families and people, especially in the lacrosse community affected by cancer. So for them to be able to go out above and beyond for just a simple athlete like myself when they've got so much to worry about and so much on their shoulders speaks a lot about the foundation that they are and the people that they are and their cause. So I'm just happy to be able to do a small part in being able to give back to them.
Great work, Kylie. You can't choose wrong with these causes. That's a very, very good one.
An excellent cause. Kylie, along with 4 other Athletes Unlimited players, Allie Kennedy, Alyssa Perella, Emily Peros, and Sam Apuzzo, all chose the Headstrong Foundation. Again, improving the quality of life for those affected by cancer, and each and every person has a connection in some way.
Everybody in every sport with Athletes Unlimited, whether it be softball, volleyball, lacrosse, choosing a cause. We thank our presenting field partners. Thanks to Geico for all of their support. We're getting set for the second quarter. For our Bring It In moment today, let's go to Gigi's Playhouse in Annapolis. That's a Down Syndrome Achievement Center that provides free educational and therapeutic-based programs for individuals with Down syndrome of all ages and their families.
I'm Judy Coe with Gigi's Playhouse Annapolis. We are so grateful to lacrosse player Kathy Rudkin for playing for Gigi's Playhouse Annapolis, a Down Syndrome Achievement Center. Thank you for inspiring our young women to continue to reach for their goals.
Hi, I'm Alicia Gogui. I believe that a young woman can do anything that she can. I'm a swimmer and cyclist and a fully supported Athlete Unlimited. We believe!
Hey, we're right there with you, Alicia Gogui. Great job. They mentioned Kathy Rudkin, who played earlier today as we are just about to start the second quarter. Kathy was saying, you know what? I'm not a dancer by trade, but she thought it was so important to help the people at Gigi's Playhouse get moving that she's been basically a dance instructor there and having a great time. Kenzie Kent's been having a wonderful weekend in orange for Team Arsenal. Off the hitch pump fake. She'll flip it for Taylor Cummings. And around to the captain. That 7-point outburst by Team Ohlmiller, the highest scoring quarter of any this season in Athletes Unlimited. Not even the Arsenal squad that put up 16 yesterday, they did not get to 7 in a single frame. Kent settles, rolls away from Brown. Cummings, hoping to lose McCone. Cummings. Shot clock at 10. Arsenal against Wakefield. It was Wakefield knocking Arsenal down. That could likely be a free position.
They're definitely awarding a free position to Dempsey Arsenal. A call on Caroline Wakefield right here. That extension, that cross check is what they're calling inside of that critical scoring area.
And right off the bat, the Ohlmiller run has been ended at 7 points consecutive. The deficit is 4.
We talked earlier about defense, making sure their feet are moving, not giving up any easy goals on the inside. But again, even though we can play more physically in Athletes Unlimited, making sure we do it by moving our feet and keeping that contact without displacing that attacker. But Dempsey Arsenal took just 1-2 steps. That's generally a much quicker 8-meter than what we see. Either it's a power shot right from the 8 or they run it in a few more steps. Again, sometimes when you change things up on the 8-meter that a goalie isn't necessarily expecting, it can throw them off.
How consistent has Dempsey Arsenal been? 100+ points on the leaderboard in 7 of her 8 games. That's one reason why you're in the top 5 just about all the time. At the draw, Ball down. Johansson scoops it. And it comes up for Team Ohlmiller. Warden finds McCone. McCone inside. Bullseye! Lindsay McCone.
I love to watch Lindsay play on the field. I talked about her ability to use her speed. And when she's in the middle of the field, she definitely gets her strides going. She thought for a second about slowing things down. However, she had the space in front of her. She faked like she was gonna slow it down. Maybe not fake, but realized I have space, I'm gonna use it. Protected her stick, pulling it through with that little face dodge off of the sliding defender. Right here we see as she's coming across, protecting that stick through the swings. Great job putting her body between the two. Ultimately finishing, and then we see her teammate ready to back things up. So just like we saw Team Arsenal last night, firing on all cylinders, Team Ohlmiller is doing the same thing offensively. They're working together, which is what it takes to play and be successful at this high level.
Part of being a champion in any of these Athletes Unlimited leagues is being able to assemble the right squad, lead those unique teams the right way. Ohlmiller and Arsenal doing that job well. It's an 8-3 advantage for Kylie's squad dressed in purple. Sammy Jo Tracy opens up off the split dodge. Her drive that was rejected by Haley Hicklin. So Hicklin's been able to stop the high-to-high and eat up the bounce shot. She's got a handful of saves already. 6 points for each of them. The first quarter went to Team Ohlmiller, 7-2. The second quarter, 2 minutes in, the scoreboard level. There's 20 points available for everybody on the roster should you win. Johansson fitting right in, feeds to Warden, and she scores.
Haley Warden. Oh, no goal. Are they calling that went on the outside, or?
The officials waving that goal off for Warden, taking down what would have made the 9-3 score. Goal circle violation. Arsenal off the other way. Kenzie Kent with a rocket that goes wide. Hench was there closest to the ball wearing when it leaves the playing field on a shot, gets possession. So it'll stay with the orange-clad Team Arsenal. McPartland and Kenzie Kent. Arsenal off the flip. Kenzie Kent waiting. Off the curl, there's Cumming, she scores! Pretty set play for Taylor Cummings. They were so great on the fast break yesterday. There they convert half court. As you see Erica Wilson on screen with us and in action during Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Erica is the Athlete Causes Consultant for Athletes Unlimited, the perfect person to speak to today, and she's joining us on the phone. This game currently led by Kylie Ohlmiller's squad. It's an 8-4 advantage here at Maureen Hendricks Field. Erica, kind enough to join us. Erica, you participated in the Athlete Causes program in the inaugural Athletes Unlimited volleyball season. I know it's a unique aspect of the league to prioritize partnering athletes with causes, but why do you think this unique program is so significant to the athletes?
It's so significant to the athletes because, you know, we're really happy to have a league that really allows us to use our voices outside of the court. You know, we're very talented and passionate about things and bring a lot to the table outside of sports, and using our voices for things that are important is something that's great and that we really appreciate within Athletes Unlimited.
Erica, we know you're an active player in our Athletes Unlimited Volleyball League, but what was your particular cause, and how was that aspect of Athletes Unlimited important to you as a player?
I was with Black Girls Code, and for me that was really important because I really want to help, especially women of minority, to get into, the tech industry in Silicon Valley, and just expand outside of sports. So that was really important for me.
And now, where can we learn more about these causes for athletes and what they're playing for?
Everyone can go ahead and visit auprosports.com. If you go ahead and click on any athlete, you should be able to find their specific cause. Click on that link and you'll be able to find more information pertaining to their cause.
Erica Wilson, thank you very much. We can't let you get away. Just how happy are you for Jordan Larson and all of her teammates with Team USA Volleyball?
Oh my gosh, amazing. First gold medal for the Olympic women's volleyball team. They also swept Brazil, an amazing team as well. So it was awesome. Brought tears to my eyes.
A job very well done. Thank you, Erica. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Congrats to Jordan Larson and her Olympic volleyball teammates. The first ever Olympic gold, as Erica references. How about Karch Kirai? 3 times Olympic gold as a player, and now his first as a coach. Back to the lacrosse with 4.5 to go. In this second quarter, it's an 8-4 lead. In this quarter, Team Arsenal has the advantage. 2-1, 20 points on the line per quarter for everybody on the team. Taryn Van Thoff, nice move. She just missed on the finish. Apuzzo there on the dead run with a speedy Becca block. Keeps it alive, 14 seconds to shoot for Johansson. Amanda closing from deep waters with an easy save there. You're not going to beat Kaylee from that angle, from that far away. Johansson, though, with a fresh 60, gets the ball to Nicole Levy.
The range that Amanda Johansson has with her height, that extended reach with her arms. Not only is she able to generate more power on a shot, but ground balls, anywhere that a ball is near her, she's also able to intercept. I think that's a huge advantage for Team Ohlmiller when she's out running midfield for their team.
She's moving well after an ankle injury was sustained early in Team USA camp. Warden trying to get to the alley against McPartland. Johansson has the ball in her cross. Inside, Apuzzo! Bang!
Sam Apuzzo making herself known yet again. She does so much on the field. The draw control, as well as on the offensive side. Whether she's scoring or assisting, right here we see she knows she has a step on her defensive player. Amanda Johansson is able to see the head of her stick. That's all you need in order to feed a ball on the inside. You know that Sam Apuzzo is going to handle that. As soon as she made that catch, a quick turn, couple of fakes. Anytime you fake on a keeper, you want to make sure that they're biting, and you saw the goalkeeper, Kaylee Waters. She moved her stick, she bit on that first fake, which is why Sam Apuzzo was able to put that away so easily.
Apuzzo, who had the highest stat point total in the first couple of weeks. She's right there when it comes to 3-week totals. Question is, can she rack up enough wins to climb on the overall leaderboard? 9-4 for Team Ohlmiller. Fans, you can own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with the first ever Topps trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. The limited edition sets, they feature all the athletes, plus additional cards about the league, and randomly inserted serial numbered parallels, including player autographs and Nike Golden tickets. These sets are available now through August 27th. You need to go to Topps.com, that's Topps. It's the only opportunity you will get to purchase this unique collectible, so get yours today. 5-point advantage for Team Ohlmiller. Fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code you're about to see on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app. You can earn points. If you don't have the Athletes Unlimited app, head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards and stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited. It is a scorching day, 90 degrees. Earlier today, when we had the coin toss, we saw Natasha Cloud and Alicia Ocasio getting involved at field level. They've stuck around for this game. Alicia will be back again for a second season as a pitcher with Athletes Unlimited Softball. They're having a great time with 3:23 to go in the second quarter, and Kylie Oldmiller's team rocking the purple to a 9-4 advantage. Here's your game inside the game, Court.
Dempsey Arsenault still leading things. She and Taylor Cummings are coming off of 2 wins from Friday and Saturday, as well as Kaylee Waters. More points have been put in their pocket, but if the score continues as is, Team Oldmiller is going to be moving up the leaderboards as well.
We were talking about Alicia Ocasio and Natasha Cloud. Natasha, a guard for the Washington Mystics in the WNBA. How does basketball, perhaps the skill set required, convey to this of lacrosse? We know that there's a lot of pieces that look the same in terms of 6-on-6 or half-court sets.
So offensively, you run sets just like you do in basketball. But defensively, anybody who's played basketball, they generally have better feet. You can always tell a defensive player who's played some basketball. They know how to set picks offensively. It's great to be a multi-sport athlete as opposed to look at any one sport too soon in your career. You want to make sure you are learning from each and every sport you play. Even the Athletes Unlimited players, they love talking with the softball and volleyball, just getting ideas. How are they doing in their draft? What do they do? What are some strategies that maybe they haven't thought of despite being a different sport?
10 seconds on the shot clock. Levy outside the 8-meter key for 2. Fought off by Waters. That shot clock should be reset off the save by Kaylee, and it is. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the opening half. Sam Apuzzo clearing things out with help from MC Byrne. Mary Claire, her given name, played collegiately at Virginia Tech. Oldmiller on the hop, shadowed by Becca Block. 3 straight weeks in orange for Becca. It's got to be your favorite color, right? She was a collegiate standout at Syracuse.
A collegiate standout. She was probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest player on the field at all times.
Always told us that her sister Lindley was underrated. Levy tripped up. Managed to get the ball to Apuzzo somehow, but there was a whistle. They restart it. Johansson skip it to Byrne. MC Byrne keeps it hot for Oldmiller. Little give and go falls awry. 8 seconds to shoot. Levy, bad angle, feed it in front, gets away from Apuzzo, and this will be a turnover on the shot clock violation.
As well as a turnover marked down for Nicole Levy. That's a negative 8 points.
Yeah, those will hurt you, and they add up fast. Nicole Levy, playing as a professional in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. She told us that she knew Courtney in 9th grade that she wanted to give back to the game and be a coach. So many of the players on the field have that coach's mindset. Kenzie Kent sprinting in. Stutter step move. Wakefield wasn't buying any of them. Final 40 seconds of the half. Kenzie Kent rolling in against Johansson. Johansson made the strip. There's a caused turnover. 12 plus 2 for the ground ball. Johansson finds the open player looking for Taryn Vanthoff. Vanthoff didn't come up with it. McPartland has the ground ball for Team Arsenault. Facing a 5-point deficit.
Talked about the height advantage that Amanda Johansson has. On the defensive end, she's easily able to come over, baiting that attacker to run by her a little bit, and she's able to get the check right over the head cleanly.
Wakefield powering in. Wakefield looking at the cage. And turning the corner just as she fires. Does that count? The washout sign. The call on the field was no goal by the officials. The call on the field was no goal. The ball has to be out of the player's cross before 0-0. Out of the cross is what matters, not across the goal line. It has to be out of the cross before 0-0-0 to count. Wakefield with a last-second ditch effort there. Caroline, who scored a goal against Kayla Trainor's squad in week 2.
As we take a look right here, Caroline Wakefield wearing number 23 in purple, coming around the back side of the goal cage. Remember, she's a defensive player. and it looks like that ball is not out of her stick. An amazing shot at that, but if it's not out of your stick by the time the clock hits 0, that will not be a goal.
Too late. 9-4 for Team Kylie Ohlmiller. We're at the halftime break. The Ohlmiller group is talking it over at the halftime break. We've played 16 minutes, and so far, so very good for those players in purple. It's 9-4, in fact. Today is our Athlete Causes Day. We are learning more and more about these terrific civic leaders. Caroline Wakefield among them. Let's listen in for her cause.
I'm Caroline Wakefield, and I play for Preston's League. Preston was a family friend of ours. He passed away when he was 4 years old of leukemia. And so any way that I can support their family, I would love to. And so they started this organization, and the organization donates to the Chapel Hill Hospital and the Duke Durham Hospital. And so that's pretty close to my heart and pretty close to where I live. So it's just nice to give back to the community as much as I can.
Preston's League helping out families during their long hospital stays. Wonderful cause for Caroline Wakefield, who was fantastic, as you can tell, as an ACC player at the University of North Carolina. And along those lines, Caroline Wakefield mentioned that she doesn't mind getting into a numbers game.
For Athletes Unlimited, I'm number 23. And for UNC, I was number 6. And when they offered the numbers up, I saw that 23 was available. And the first thing I thought of was Michael Jordan. And so my correlation to UNC, to Athletes Unlimited, just kind of moved forward.
All of these players in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse are so likable, doubly so for Caroline Wakefield. We've heard her at the mic. She's so comfortable with it, and she's telling a great story with respect to her cause.
Absolutely. I think the fact that each of these players have near and dear causes that they can relate to helps them so much. Obviously, Preston's League, like she said, her family knows them, she knows them. So whenever you have that connection, it's so very important, and they're able to tell their story here at Athletes Unlimited.
You know, she looks pretty good in purple, but she admitted during the week that it had been quite a while since she had worn the color purple for Team Kylie Ohlmiller. And now you're not going to believe which sport it was, because in elementary school, she played football against the boys.
My favorite part about her playing football was the year before, she was a cheerleader. She saw them on the field. She's like, I can do that. I can make hits as hard as the boys. And she said most of the boys would cry after the game, realizing they got beat by a girl.
Uncle Brian said she has to be on the team. She was that good. I guess football's version of the Purple People Eaters. She's really good on defense in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. 9-4, halfway home on FS2. Two quarters complete. Weekend number 3, game number 18 of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. It's a 9-4 advantage for Team Kylie Ohlmiller. Lacrosse fans just chilling out now, waiting for the start of the third quarter. Team Ohlmiller having control over Team Arsenal by 5 after 2. Joe Beninati and Courtney Martinez. Connor with you on FS2. And Court, it looked like from the outset that Team Arsenal was going to be a freight train again offensively. How has Team Ohlmiller turned the tables on them?
You know, it's a matter of winning the draw control and making sure to make the most of each of their possessions. But they've actually had quite a few caused turnovers on their defensive end of the field, and not many teams have been physically tough against Team Arsenal. So it's something that they're surprised with, but they're going to have to talk about at halftime in order to get back into this game.
Time for us to get you to the highlights from the beginning. It was the Taylor Hench show.
Taylor Hench, she's getting a lot of time in this game with Hallie Majorana not playing due to an injury, and she is showing where she is at all over the field. Her stick is up. She's being a factor immediately, but then Team Ohlmiller started to take over. Amanda Johansson, she sees a lane being cleared by her teammate setting a pick for her, and she capitalizes on that. We saw that little fake before she took the shot, caused that defender not to move in her path, and now Kylie Ohlmiller giving her the little feed, so she's able to take this shot from downtown.
Amanda's warmed up very nicely to this game. Taryn Vanthoff was cruising right in, then Levy for 2.
Putting one more on the board, we had Lindsay McCone seeing her captain right around that goal cage. Anytime she gets around the crease, she is deadly. But off of that 8-meter line, usually it's 3 steps. Dempsey Arsenault said, "I'm taking you by surprise with 2.
That put an end to a 7 unanswered point run for the team in purple. McCone got it right back quickly.
To finish out that first half, we had one more for Team Arsenal. Taylor Cummings coming off of that pick set at the top. When she gets a head full of steam, it's hard to stop her. Right here, off a tight handle inside, Sam Apuzzo doing what she does best, finishing.
Numbers through 16 minutes. In terms of shots, Team Ohlmiller has the advantage. They lead by 5 where it matters most. Both keepers were active and busy in that opening half of play.
What I'm surprised about is Team Ohlmiller with more turnovers than Team Arsenal. However, they have more shots on cage, and if you're not going to shoot, you can't score a goal.
Amanda Johansson more and more acclimated to life and Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. We look at the Geico leaderboard up until the minute. It's still 2 players from the team that wears gold, Kayla Wood and Haiti Glynn, setting the pace.
Their game was earlier today. They were able to not quite squeak out that win. However, Arsenal's team has 2 wins on the weekend, but right now pacing things in purple, we have Ohlmiller, Kayla Trainer, not here in the game today or this entire weekend. She still manages to be at number 8 on the leaderboard.
Arsenal, Cummings, and Waters still have 2 quarters to catch them today. That's the way those 3 players were on top. 9-4, quarter 3, straight ahead on FS2. It's Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. We are getting set for the 3rd quarter of play here at Maureen Hendricks Field. The 2nd quarter was tied up at 2, so those 20 quarter points carry over. The 3rd quarter is now going to be worth 40 in front of interested lacrosse fans. Kylie Ohlmiller's team in purple in command in this game. We have players mic'd up, including Sammy Jo Tracy. Let's take you inside the game.
Kayla's standing in my dodging zone, but I can play off that side and play like a 2-man from there. Or you can, do you like being alone back there or no? Do you like a companion? Okay. No, I like 2. Let's do 2.
Against Caroline, I'm gonna dodge from X.
Okay. Then let's try to create a mismatch.
Against Sarah Brown, I can do both.
Okay, if you have Caroline, you want to dodge, I'm gonna come over and set a pick and have them switch.
Yeah, let's just do.
Let's go. I love you.
Up
Sarah Brown. Good. Good. She's been on me all day. Let's go. No, yeah, I'm gonna fuel my fire. Let's go. Here. Demps. Yeah.
And that was all of the mic. Courtney, you know Sammy Jo Tracy very well. Can you translate that verbiage?
Sammy Jo was my assistant for a time, and I'll tell you what, she knows her stuff offensively. She's able to work with Kenzie Kent right here, creating offensive. How do we stick with our mismatches? Where do you want me to be? How can I help you out? And I just love that she is always not just a coach, but a student of the game, wanting to help her teammates out. And that's one of those instances right there where she's working with one another.
Fans, when you join us in person here at Maureen Hendricks Field, you can get an exclusive NFT. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person and scan the QR code. We'll be rolling out a new limited edition NFT each fan game this season, so be sure to get your tickets and start collecting today. Folks enjoying the 90-degree temperatures here, about 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. It's the home site, home venue for Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the only league driven entirely by the athletes. This facility, built by Discovery Communications Chairman John Hendricks and his wife Maureen in the year 2000. It was renamed in her honor June of 2013. Sam Apuzzo threatening Kaylee Waters. Waters in the cage for Team Arsenault. Angie Benson has come on to replace Haley Hicklin at the other end in purple for Team Oldmiller. Team Oldmiller beat Team Reed 9-8 Friday. They lost a 7-5 decision to Team Wood yesterday. Earlier today, Team Reed beating Team Wood on a free position goal from Emily Peros with less than 10 seconds in regulation. It was a thriller. Amanda Johansson with another draw control, taking over for Oldmiller. 6-on-6 at this end of the field. Courtney, the two goals are about 80 yards apart. We play 10-on-10.
Joe, that means our midfielders are running about 5 miles a game, some a little bit more than that, depending upon the pace of play. Obviously, the more goals that are scored, the more opportunities there are to get up and down the field.
5 miles a day, 3 days of the weekend.
Yes. That's just a little bit.
Oldmiller looking over the top. Cummings made a good defensive play there. She deflected that away from Amanda Johansson and gets the ground ball. You'll see 27 all over the field in orange.
That was perfect timing. She gave Amanda Johansson a taste of her own medicine on that one.
Block on the fast break. She was clubbed. That push, did it occur inside the 8-meter key is the question. Will Block get a free position shot? I was watching her during the week of practice. I know she's a defender. She can shoot the heck out of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
She really can.
Most players are midfielders from high school. It's not until college that they go one way or the other, offense or defense. Only those select few get to stay middies.
Becca had 53 goals her senior year in high school. Block, fires, stopped by Benson. The ricochet down. Lost there around the cage by Wakefield. She then put the check on Sammy Jo Tracy. You see the 4-player quarrel. Kent comes out of there, feed to McPartland. Off the hitch move, Kelly got hit up high. Officials today, Patty Kletcher-Porter, Kathy Russo, Jan McGrath, and Marge Kondracki as McPartland shakes it off. Circles it on up for Cummings. Taylor up the split dodge on her way down. Ball loose to Kenzie Kent. Cummings, great hesitation there. That shot struck a player. Taylor puts up an immediate protest. Mouth agape. Is this a card? Is this a really expensive card? Courtney, are we thinking red here?
It's actually 2 yellows. You're allowed to still remain on the field. It's that 3rd yellow that turns into a red.
Cummings pacing her way away from the officials' huddle as they continue.
Goes to purple. AP goes to purple. Whistle start. You have a new 60. You have a new 60.
Courtney, I'm looking at you in the booth and you look perplexed.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
No, yes, I am. In this case, I am. You're looking at me like a dog hearing a whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I mean, obviously you want to be able to voice, you know, what your beliefs are on the field. Taylor Cummings saying I didn't hit her. I'm just curious of how they could have gotten the ball and switched directions without a call, but you know, that's why they make the big bucks on the field for the big decisions.
Moving on. Waters looks to clear. 9-4 for Oldmiller. That was the count at the half. Looking for the first strike in quarter three. This quarter is worth 40 points. Little's on the go. Bad angle. She scores. Molly Little.
Molly Little showed why you need to honor defenders when they have the ball in their stick. She would not be the first one in Athletes Unlimited to take it to goal. In transition, she does like to run, and this is one of those examples. She was a Big East Player of the Year during her time at Denver. Right now we see her going to the cage. She faked that pass. Quick little hitch fake right before finishing, giving her team one more goal, closing the gap for Team Arsenal.
She had a hat trick against Northwestern this season. She knows how to score. Lacrosse faithful awaiting the next goal on the board, the next point put up on the scoreboard. It's a 9-5 advantage for Team Oldmiller. During this season, our players have been asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection in their life, and how it affected their career. Let's listen up to the goalie, Kaylee Waters.
The other UNC goalkeeper, Megan Ward, we overlapped for 3 years, and we shared time, a lot of times. Sometimes I'd be the starter, sometimes she would. And probably a time that was difficult was I understood when my coach, she came up to me and was like, Keely, you know, we're gonna start Megan from now on. She's been performing. You haven't been playing at the high level, you know, that we expect and we know that you're at. And I wasn't surprised. I knew that I wasn't myself. And so it was great. Megan could play and we were winning. It was definitely difficult when it came to championship times and being on the sideline. But I had a ton of support from my coaches and teammates of, you know, recognizing that, yes, even though Megan is playing, it doesn't mean that I'm not skillful or can't contribute to the team. And so I had to keep that positive mind of, hey, I still can compete at a high level. Just because I'm not playing doesn't mean that. And so it definitely helped pay it off when we were in the Final Four. And Megan, she recognized as a goalie that, hey, she's not seeing the shots, and that happens sometimes. And so then I had to step in, and I think had I not believed in myself and let the past few weeks or month of not playing, if that was in my mindset, then I may not have been able to play the way that I did.
That was Believe You Will, presented by Guaranteed Rate. Courtney, isn't it interesting what comes around goes around? You and I were in the booth at that time when Kaylee Waters was mentioning that story, and it was interesting how the Tar Heels figured out their goal circle issues, and they performed beautifully together.
It was amazing, that coaching staff, to be able to have two outstanding goalkeepers. To say that Kaylee Waters is your backup at any one point, you know, is kind of perplexing, but coaches know best. They know what the team needs at any particular point. So I absolutely remember that like it was yesterday, not years ago.
Kenzie Kent has the lacrosse ball. If there's any team that can rally from 4 points down, it's this Arsenal group. Grace Gabriel gets inside. She missed it over top of the cage. Grace, who's been playing lacrosse since 7th grade, had a goal against Team Reed yesterday. Sammy Jo Tracy on the interchange with Kenzie Kent, who's been held in check so far today. No easy assignment. Kenzie Kent's been running roughshod over Athletes Unlimited defenses lately. There she had the ball stick checked out of her cross. Benson, no! Just does trap it before that goal line. There was a whistle. The ball belongs to Oldmiller's group. Caroline Wakefield on the clear with Amanda Johansson. Switch it up there over top. That's a turnover.
We see right here off of that first save, reaching for the ball, and then movement. Look at that. That camera inside of the goal cage shows her angle. She was going to land on the top of that ball in order for it to not go in.
That's the old goalie's credo. Never, ever give up. Scrambling to make sure she kept that one away. Sammy Jo Tracy operating for Dempsey Arsenal side. Cummings is straight away, just about halfway through the 60-second shot clock. Nearly halfway through quarter number 3. Arsenal fires and scores! Dempsey Arsenal leading the comeback effort.
Dempsey Arsenault, she is so smooth all over the field, but offensively, she's a grinder. We see as soon as she gets this ball, the stick is in her left hand. She quickly splits, but look right there. Caroline Wakefield, number 23 in purple. She had to shoot around that defender. Again, there's no shooting space in this league, so that's precision shooting. This is a better angle right here. This would normally be shooting space, but she's able to shoot around that defensive player after beating Warden on the split dodge.
2 goals for Team Arsenault in just under 100 seconds. That was a pretty sweet finish from Dempsey Arsenault, who favors Heath Bar ice cream. Sounds pretty good on a 90-degree day. If you had it in the booth right now, Courtney, it would be melting all over my notes. Thankfully, you didn't do that. Good choice by you. Apuzzo has control of the draw. In this third quarter, reminder, the third quarter that's worth 40 points for everybody on your team because of a second quarter carryover. Team Arsenault has that lead in the third, but they trail in the bigger story by 3. Taryn Vanthoff not able to explode between defenders there. Johansson outside the 8-meter key. Get it to the playmaker, Kylie Ohlmiller. Ohlmiller rolling against Hirsch. Ohlmiller floats it back behind. Taryn Vanthoff creeping out. Quick centering pass. That's deflected and taken to safety by Hirsch, though she ran into a double team. Becca Block overruns it. Ball still alive. Cummings with a ground ball, and she gets clobbered. By the end of these 5 weeks, Taylor Cummings is going to be one giant bruise.
Running through a ground ball, oh so important. Can't just poke at the ball. Taylor Cummings ran through with speed, but while she's running through with speed, she got a cross-check to the midsection. Definitely doesn't feel good.
Team Arsenault playing without Hallie Majorana, who was injured yesterday. Team Ohlmiller playing without the high-scoring attackman Kayla Trainer, who did not participate this weekend. She's been attending to a personal family matter. Cummings finds Arsenault. Beautiful split. Going right to the goal. Better save there. Benson with a denial. Arsenault was fouled, though, on her way to the cooker.
That look by Angie Benson says it all. She made that save. It's like, really? Now I got to see this again?
Player up situation, but also a free position shot. Taryn Vanthoff sitting this one out. Those are a goalie's favorite. When you stop it and popcorn it up like that. Arsenault drive, she scores! Benson didn't get that one. It's 3 unanswered points for the team in orange. Here they come.
A smart time to take a timeout. When 3 consecutive goals happen, you want to make sure that you stop the other team's run. That can easily be done with a timeout, reconvening. What do you need to change? Again, Dempsey on this 8-meter, a little bit of a different style. It's just 1-2 steps, and then she's getting rid of the ball. Different than many other players who carried in a little bit farther, kind of hedging away. She goes straight at the goal, and because she only takes a couple steps and then a shot, nobody's in sight to be able to block it.
Fantastic talent out of Boston College. Number 2 overall pick in the WPLL draft in days gone by. This is Athlete Causes Day with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Let's eavesdrop on Dempsey Arsenault's cause.
I'm Dempsey Arsenault, and I'm playing for End 68 Hours of Hunger. I chose to play for End 68 Hours of Hunger because about 2 years ago my aunt passed away, and she would volunteer for them all the time on the weekends. And so basically what it does is it gives students food, non-perishable items to bring home that rely on the lunch system, like at their school. And so a bunch of volunteers come together and go grocery shopping and collect donations and organize little goodie baskets and meals for the kids to bring home. When I got this opportunity to play for them, it was like no-brainer. This is who I'm going to choose. And so, yeah, that's why I chose them.
Dempsey, thanks very much. It really does help students over the weekend. Dempsey's team is making a comeback, and they've got plenty of time left in regulation, better than 10.5 minutes, in fact, to do so. The in-game leaderboard, Arsenal's totals are climbing. She is second best now, closing in on 1,100 points. On the overall board, the Geico leaderboard plays out in this way. 57 players, all of them accumulating win points, stat points, MVP points. It's still Kayla Wood wearing gold this weekend by about 3 now. 3 measly points over Dempsey Arsenal. And Dempsey's squad is likely to bank 40 coming up should they win this third quarter. There was the second quarter carryover. So Arsenal is likely to be the overall leaderboard #1 in a few minutes' time.
Love the handling skills of Nicole Levy. That was a little walk the dog action with one hand. Takes such wrist strength in order to be able to do that, let alone she was being hounded by 2 players in orange.
Pint-size attacker, and I can call her pint-size. She has a ton of skill. So much fun to watch in practice. Apuzzo thought about the 2. Becca blocked there stride for stride with Apuzzo. Johansson swings it to MC Byrne. 9 siblings in her family for number 60 in purple. There's Levy on the flash cut. Score! Nicole Levy. How dare you call me pint-sized?
Nicole Levy, she is so unassuming on the field. Everything she does, I almost want to say it kind of has a little swagger to it. It's not cuts that are at blazing speed, but her timing of her cuts are what's second to none. She puts herself in the best possible position to catch that ball. We see MC Byrne right here challenging. And that nice little cut by Nicole Levy, adding a jump for flair, getting some power to it. And Molly Little just reaching with her stick because she was a step behind. There's nothing you can do in that instance other than go for a little reach. Nicole, again, very smart, cutting around the backside of the goal cage, catching her defender, not looking at her.
When she decides to shoot, you can rack it up. I mean, she shot 71% last weekend. Nicole Levy, her athlete, caused team impact there at the bottom of the screen. Draw circle. Team Ohlmiller has the 9-8 advantage here. Possessions will be oh so important down the stretch. 1:40 left in the third quarter. It's a 3-point advantage. It's 3-1 for Arsenal in this third quarter. The third quarter alone is worth 40 points. A carryover from the second that was tied 2-2. Strolling in, it's Johansson with MC Byrne. Apuzzo, dynamic scorer. Challenged by Block. Kick it for Levy. Levy on the wraparound at the inside of the post. The purple team says it was a goal. Ohlmiller's side says Levy's wraparound went in. They want to challenge this. They want to challenge whether or not the ball completely crossed the goal line. You could tell by the reaction of those dressed in purple that they thought it was in from the get-go. Just over a minute in the third quarter, and Patty Kletcher-Porter strides over to the table where she will be able to look at the tablet, put the headphones on, and see what's what in regard to the Nicole Levy attempted goal. Courtney, you always tell me the players know best. The players were reacting as if this was in. Off the inside of the post. Wow.
We see that it hit dirt right there.
This could be a better look.
So it looks like after it hit that, it bounced inside where there's a little bit of dirt, came out.
The ball has to be completely across the goal line. How about this point of view? You can't tell from that angle. The ball has to be completely across the goal line. You don't see any net ripple. You do see the ricochet off the post.
I'm going to counter that with the net has a tough time rippling when we have our guaranteed rate wraparound.
Don't get me started about the advertising around the goal. Please don't.
Okay,
We thank them very much for their support. They are title sponsors today, presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Levy's effort, does this cross the goal line? The officials will need conclusive video evidence to call this a good goal.
It's got to go over the whole entire line. Okay, so it hits the ground. It's hitting that post and coming out. Not the whole ball. The whole ball is not over that line.
Courtney, you know you're going to accuse me of being in the Kaylee Waters fan club, but I don't think that's a goal. I don't.
I love Kaylee too. However, when I see this angle coupled with one of the other angles, like it hit the inside, boom, coming out. No?
That's the inside of the post. That's no goal.
It doesn't matter.
Just my opinion.
I'm thinking that the entire thing crossed when you look at the different angles together.
And hits that black plastic.
I don't want their job.
No. And Courtney, if it hits the inside of the post, though, you would sit there and say that it can't be fully across the goal line. It hits the inside of the post. Completely across the goal line? The goal line is extending from post to post.
Mm-hmm.
So some portion of the ball has to be on the goal line. If that's the case, it's no goal. Just my opinion again. Doesn't count for anything.
Now for the people who matter.
Yes.
After review, the ball did not go completely over the goal line. It is therefore no goal.
Kaylee Waters definitely agrees.
All right, now at this point, I'm going to say no goal.
Yeah, way to walk out on that limb. Those are the best looks we had for you. Levy is still a disbeliever as the score remains 10-7. Just now at the top of the hour. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor with you. A shout out of thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. Looking forward to doing it with them again next weekend for weekend number 4. We play 30 games in the entire run of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. This is game number 18. Only one champion among the 57 players assembled here, 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. These athletes have put on a terrific show for us. Today it's Athlete Causes Day. We're learning about the civic leadership of these tremendous players who've fallen in love with this aspect of the league. A very precious 40 points are on the line right now, and that's why Team Arsenal's in no hurry. They want to bank the 40. Shot clock's at 18. There's a 3 or 4 second differential from the game clock. Sammy Joe Tracy on the feed for Kenzie Kent. 9 to shoot. Kenzie Kent strolling in. On the flip for Arsenal. 4 seconds to shoot. Arsenal rolling back. No harm done. 40 points for everybody in orange because they won the third quarter. 3-1. They are trailing by 3 after 3, taking over this town.
This isn't your big pink umbrella in a drink night. This ain't your spaghetti strap little black dress night. All I'm saying is that you better get your game face on. Vodka Red Bull, make it strong. We're tearing it up all night long.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Athlete Causes Day, this second game. You see the players in the gear that their causes sent their way. Fancy laces, fancy tees. We're seeing helmets. Everybody with a big smile on their face and doing a great job for the community. In this contest, 10-7, it's Kylie Ohlmiller's squad through 3 quarters on the lead over Dempsey Arsenal's group. Team Arsenal unbeaten over the weekend. Folks, you can join us, be like these good people in the stands today at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex on game days. Tickets still available for select dates auprosports.com/tickets/lacrosse. We have 2 more weekends of activity to get to 30 games total. Putting on some new hats there. And getting set for the 4th with Angie Benson. We thank our presenting field partners at Geico for their assistance. A game that started around 4:30 Eastern time has been played out like this. Courtney, that was a fabulous first quarter. Ohlmiller, the highest scoring first quarter of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse's young history.
That huge first quarter is what's propelled them to still be leading this game at 10-7, because the last 2 quarters have, number 1, gone in a tie for each team, but that's what bumped over to the 3rd quarter, making it 40 points. I thought that was very smart of Team Arsenal to keep possession. No need to try and come out scoring any goals. They managed the clock very well, tried to get a last shot, and Team Ohlmiller allowed them to do it.
Everybody jockeying for position as we look at the draw to start the 4th. Draw control. Johansson was there, but she was bothered by Little. Little was over that line too soon, so Kylie Ohlmiller's team gets control and a chance to enhance their lead. Once we're done with the game today and the players vote their MVP points, we'll have a top 4 that'll be drafting tomorrow, 7 p.m. You can see it on Facebook Live. McCone fires, that's swatted out of the air, and Waters comes a running. Kaylee Waters on the dead sprint, trail checked by Apuzzo. Waters stays with it, trail checked by Johansson. Now she's got to run 40 yards to the goal. Open net there. Apuzzo did not pull the trigger. She could have had that 2-point try. Levy fires. Waters was back in time.
That's tremendous athleticism and speed by Kaylee Waters. We saw her do that the other day. Her team gave her the green light. If there's an opportunity to go, why not? Goalkeepers are allowed to score in this league using their goalie stick. So if there's a goalie to do it, it's going to be Kaylee Waters.
I would agree. Kenzie Kent, who has had an unusual quiet game today. The same Kenzie Kent who went for 4 + 4 = 8 against Team Wood this weekend. The highest individual game that's been fashioned in Athletes Unlimited. Arsenal to the alley against Warden. Kick it back behind for Sammy Jo Tracy. Kira Pelton's right there defensively. Kira Pelton, who's been doing medical engineering work. Kent's drive fought off there by Benson. Fresh 60-second shot clock as Taylor Hench makes the scoop. Hench is in the lineup with Hallie Majorana, not available today due to injury. 2 minutes into the 4th. Cummings outside the 8-meter key. Not for long, though. She loves to burrow her way inside.
She's so powerful, uses her size. She's definitely not one of the shorter players out on that field. Her prowess on the field.
Wakefield interrupts that little screen roll play, and back comes Team Ohlmiller on the lead by 3. Mad dash for Sarah Brown, the defender. No Tiana Walfer available for Kylie Ohlmiller's side. Another player out injured. Top of the screen, you're seeing how points are added up or deducted. McCone in no hurry. Almost 3 minutes into the 4th. Lindsay will share the rock with Warden. Picked up by Arsenal. Haley rolls back. She loves her left. Score! Haley Warden.
Haley Warden with the goal scorer on that last one. She felt a lot of pressure down the right alley, and that's ultimately what turned her back towards the middle. Joe, you mentioned that she loves her left hand. She did a great job with this last one.
All fired up. Haley Warden doesn't need a lot of room, and when she gets it, she converts it. Ohlmiller, the lead is 4 on FS2. Athlete Causes Day with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. And Courtney, the players, they're just thrilled to be able to make these donations to their charitable endeavors.
You know, every single one of these causes are near and dear to the athlete's heart. It was a big reason many of them decided to play. They appreciate it so much. And it's not just the lacrosse players, it's every player in each and every sport. They chose a cause.
At the end of the season, the Give Lively Foundation makes a grant equal to 50% of the athlete's end of season bonus to their nonprofit. Haley Hicklin, who started the game, she's playing for the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation. You and I got to see that group work firsthand when we were doing college games together. Kelly and Monty Hiller's side at Northwestern, they were always supportive of that initiative.
They were a part of that very first collegiate team when the foundation started, that they said, we want to be a part of this. And since then, it just grew and grew for players who got involved, coaches who realized there's more to sport and how they can help spread word of excellent causes, just like Friends of Jacqueline.
Arsenal in orange, they were excellent yesterday in the fast break. We haven't seen very many of those, although they just had one, 4-on-3, but did not convert. Kenzie Kent streaking inside the 8-meter key. The deficit is 4 for the team in orange. Sammy Jo Tracy, she too has been relatively quiet. Hat tricks in 3 of her last 4. Arsenal's been on the board. Dempsey has the hat trick today. One of those via a free position shot. The pass inside, great kick out. Rebound chance, score! McPartland cleaning it up.
As a defensive player, you hate to see that after you've made the first stop. But ground balls are oh so important in the sport of lacrosse. Team Arsenal not giving up on this play offensively. Began with Taylor Cummings looking to shake and bake. She saw Dempsey Arsenal inside. The first one was rejected by Angie Benson, but Kelly McPartland swooped in with the ground ball pickup. Again, another denial, and right on the heels of that, and that's very hard to save as a keeper. Once you've moved in one direction for the save, she's trying to find that ball, and was able to find it just a little too late. You have to remember, she has a big helmet on. It's not easy to see all over the field.
Kelly McPartland, who had 2 goals yesterday, gets herself on the board right around the dinner hour. And if it's Kelly that you're going to dinner with, it's likely going to be penne alla vodka or chicken parm. Ah, she's a woman right after my own heart. Well chosen.
I'll go for both of those. Does it have chicken, the penne alla vodka?
We can fit that in for you. 12 different goal scorers today between these two teams. It's a 3-point game, 11-8. 3:50 to go in the 4th. And Ole Miller's team now going to take a lot of air out of the ball, try to spend all of that 60-second shot clock. Johansson, though, stick check, turnover. That's a cause TO, I would say, for Dempsey Arsenal. If so, she gets 12 more points. Dempsey is number 1 on the overall leaderboard right now as we come to the conclusion of week 3. Cummings barreling in. Feed for Kent. Kent tried to carve wide on Wakefield. Sammy Jo Tracy turns away from Pelton. Great job today by the Team Ole Miller D. Wakefield, Brown, and Pelton.
They've done a great job of breaking down their feet on each and every movement. Every time they slide around, every time they're switching players, they come out with a vengeance. But it's all about breaking your feet down so that you're not easily run by.
Arsenal looking there for Sammy Jo Tracy. That's off target. That's a turnover. Those are -8 against the individual player. Brown running for cover as Team Arsenal has to turn up the ride now. They need to get the lacrosse ball back. They're down by 3. Wakefield just breezes ahead into the offensive half. Apuzzo. Will she hear her name called number 1 overall tomorrow at the draft like she has the last 2 weekends? The drafts are Monday, 7 o'clock, Facebook Live. Join me and Dana Boyle for that. New captains, the top 4 on the leaderboard once this game is through and once the MVP voting is complete. They'll pick unique teams, and we'll go at it in week 4. Apuzzo bluffed it. Block right in her path. Levy. This way, Taryn Vanthoff. Vanthoff stepping down on McPartland. Behind the back, great save, Waters. She robbed Ohlmiller.
One of the things I'm most looking forward to in the draft is seeing what new teams are able to develop. While each week I don't think a team can get better, they continue to get better and better while keeping the scores generally close.
6 saves for Waters. If I heard correctly, there's a new wrinkle in the draft. Dana and I have to predict the top 4 now, believe it or not. That's a terrific save off of that sneaky release from Ohlmiller.
Kaylee Waters in goal. She knows that Kylie Ohlmiller can shoot from anywhere, behind the back shots, around the world, between the legs. She's prepared for anything when it's in number 71 stick.
Waters, who began this day tied for first in the MVP voting. Our Geico defensive play belongs to the netminder in orange, number 43, Kaylee Waters.
Kaylee Waters, she's one of the most athletic goalkeepers in the league. We see as soon as she makes this save, she is ready to start the offense for her team. Look at the amount of yards that she's running, but even after getting checked, she comes back up with the ground ball. However, look at
Run,
her speed.
Kaylee!
Getting
Run!
engaged, getting engaged. I think she could maybe run midfield.
No doubt. She hails from Darien, Connecticut. Darien High School All-American, Connecticut High School Player of the Year back in the day. She picks up our Geico Defensive Play of the game. At the end of the season, we will award the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. That Athletes Unlimited award comes with an added $5,000 bonus. Folks, you can dress like the pros. Head to auprosports.com. Get your Athletes Unlimited gear. Don't forget to follow on social at AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content. Everybody should be unlimited, and as unlimited as Taylor Cummings has been through 3 weekends of play. You see where Taylor is, the game within the game. She's climbing up to number 3 overall.
Dempsey Arsenault and Taylor Cummings, those are 2 very active midfielders on Team Arsenault in orange. Kaylee Waters, obviously always able to come up with cause turnovers, ground balls, in addition to saves. Saves, obviously worth so many points on the field.
Sun starting to set over Maureen Hendricks Field. That red-hot lacrosse ball in the sky has kept it about a 90-degree day today. Earlier, a fantastic finish. Team Reed, 11-10 victors over Team Wood. Emily Peros won it with just about 10 seconds left. This game, now 70 seconds to go, and Arsenault needs to get it up on the scoreboard pretty quickly, trailing by 3. Kenzie Kent crisscrossing with Arsenault. Shot clock's at 30. Under a minute to go. No time to dilly-dally here. Cummings not able to face dodge her way through. She'll bulldodge now to the alley. Rip one right on, stopped by Benson. Angie Benson made a big save there. Back comes Ohlmiller's team, and this is a fast break. Warden stretching her legs. Kick it to Apuzzo. Then Ohlmiller off the curl. Score! Icing on the cake.
Initially, we saw Lindsay McCone telling her teammate to slow it down in transition. She wanted to let the clock work for Team Ohlmiller. However, team captain Kylie, she had another thought. Kylie is a natural lefty. Generally finds herself on the left side of the field. This one was scored with her right hand.
Patty Kletcher-Porter making her way over to the timekeeper's table after that goal from Kylie Ohlmiller. The familiar eye black. Have we ever asked her how long it takes her to put that on?
I've seen her do it. It's precision. It's probably better than me with makeup.
Does she have a stencil? How does she does that freehand?
Freehand.
Nicely done.
It's amazing. Every time looks perfect.
The review here potentially for a dangerous follow-through. That was an Ohlmiller drive from a pretty far ways out. Tail end of a fast break that was ignited by Haley Warden. Should it stand, it makes it 12-8.
We see Sam Apuzzo right here feeding the ball to Kylie Ohlmiller. From that angle, it's hard to see her follow through, but that's what the referees are looking at. As soon as she catches the ball, again, as she's curling around that top side. So it looks like she got Dempsey Arsenault in the arm. I know earlier in the day we saw a player take it in the hand, and they didn't call that a dangerous follow-through, so I am curious to see what they decide on this one.
This is a very important point with respect to the fourth quarter. Courtney, remember, this was a 10-7 game after 3 quarters. Warden scored in the fourth, made it 11-7. McPartland scored in the fourth, made it 11-8. Now, does this goal count for Ohlmiller in their quest to win the fourth? Have another look. Watch 71 stick. Dempsey Arsenault immediately put the hand up to the crown of her head.
I'll say it again, these players are tough.
After reviewing the play, we have a dangerous foul through by 71 onto the orange, so it's a no goal. No goal.
So take that point number 12 down. It's 11-8, which means the fourth quarter is tied. And Courtney, if it does stay that way, Ohlmiller would bank the 20 points for the win of the game, and they give them the fourth quarter tie points as well. So that will be a quick plus 65 for the team in purple.
Right. Now, lacrosse players, they are not actresses. So when they go down, it's for a reason. Obviously, the referees deem this a dangerous follow-through. Dempsey Arsenault not playing anything up. We're not soccer players in the Olympics, not getting touched, but yet acting like it's a big foul. It looks like another timeout is taken here for Team Arsenault to get set up, how they're going to get back these 3 points in the final 27 seconds.
We know that you're enjoying these Athletes Unlimited games, and you'll want to be with us either here at Maureen Hendricks Field if you're in the area, or watching around the country on TV. Here's where we are going to be next week on CBS Sports Network and FS1. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday double dips. Court.
What's so interesting about these, the players don't know which team they're going to be on. Obviously, once this game is over, all the MVP points are factored in. There's going to be new captains, and those captains coincide with the color that you are. The number 1 on the leaderboard is going to be wearing purple. And then as everything shakes out is dependent upon where each of those players are at next weekend.
11-8 for Team Ohlmiller, including Amanda Johansson. Amanda's had a solid showing and a fine day.
Amanda Johansson continues to impress me on the field. This is just her first weekend being active on the roster. She was previously a facilitator as her ankle was healing, but we see her using Kylie Ohlmiller right here. Kylie's an option, she's opening up, but no defensive player slid to Johansson, so that gave her a full head of steam to cage. She's showing her range with that 2-point shot. She's catching it, she's winding up. She's very versatile, and she's an important reason why the midfield was dominated today for Team Ohlmiller.
Lauren Skelchak is the facilitator for Team Ohlmiller this weekend. The facilitator for Team Arsenault, Shanta Lecker. Jobs very well done by them throughout the week. Here we go, 27 seconds left, and Team Arsenault needs a minor miracle, trailing by 3 points. Kenzie Kent sprinting back behind the cage. Hench outside the 8-meter key. Keep it moving for McPartland. Down to 10 seconds, feed it inside Kent. She'll bluff it twice. 7 seconds in the quarter. Over the top, picked off by MC Byrne. Give MC Byrne 12 points on that caused turnover. Give Team Ohlmiller the victory. They take the 20 for the fourth. They take the 45 for the game. They knock down Dempsey Arsenault's team 11-8.
Team Old-Miller pulling things together, beating unbeaten Dempsey Arsenal's team in orange. Their only loss for the weekend, and they did it with team play, but most importantly, winning that draw control, maintaining dominance in the middle of the field, and excellent goalie play.
Courtney, I didn't think there was anybody who could stop Team Arsenal's offense by the way they looked yesterday, racking up those 16 points, a league high. But just 24 hours later, Team Old-Miller's D, Angie Benson and Haley Hicklin in goal. A job extremely well done. Of course, the MVP points are not in just yet, nor are the quarter points. Dempsey Arsenal has taken over the #1 rung. We will have 4 captains for you picking in the draft tomorrow. This is not the final tabulation for the weekend, so there are still numbers that will be added. Those top 4 could change, but it was another wonderful weekend of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse and a victory today for Team Old-Miller. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. This has been a presentation of Fox Sports. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the summer of 2021. High scoring, all for great causes, and the win for Team Old-Miller.